Atalanta have it, right hand side. Fed forward into the feet of Retegui, the Italian international, Argentine born but naturalised Italian. Here's Lookman at the edge of the box, his striking partner. Curls it in there, Pasalic, he just couldn't quite rise high enough. Comes all the way through to Belanova, right hand side of the box. Can just play this back for Jim City, but he curls it in instead. Ederson was going to meet that, but Trusty got there ahead of him. Atalanta cranking the pressure up, but then Johnston does well, picks up possession on the edge of the box, draws the foul there from De Roon, and it will be a Celtic free kick just outside their own penalty area. 33.5 played. Atalanta 0, Celtic 0.
Yeah, you have to say that, you know, they've been put under a lot of pressure, Celtic, from cross balls, and you know, at times they've struggled, but for the most part I think they've defended it very well, because you've got Trusty and Scales that are getting overloaded with Lookman, Retegui, Ederson that's then going in and joining in, Pasalic is joining in as well, and it is tough for them, but they've managed to deal with it pretty well so far.
Ida linking well with Hatate, who comes forward into the feet then of Kuhn, who just couldn't quite keep a hold of it, and it's knocked back to Karnaseki, the Atalanta goalkeeper. He goes long, but McGregor's there before Pasalic, and it's out now on the right hand side with Arne Engels, who looks like he's probably got too much on that cross. Indeed, Maida won't get there, but it's there in play. Can't quite see, there's a camera man in this slightly strange commentary position who's just blocking that corner of the pitch from our view, but it is out for a throw-in on this near side to Atalanta, to be taken by Raul Belanova, who's started every game except for Arsenal since signing in the summer from Torino. 20 million euros for the wing back. Brendan Rodgers talked about the difference in ability, spending power and so on, and it's true enough, as here comes Zappacosta on the other side. Lookman goes on the overlap, but he's used as a dummy, and Lookman asks why, because Zappacosta then couldn't find the pass for a teammate, and Kasper Schmeichel able to clear out to Dyson Maida. Now Baye, left hand side, he's given it away to Belanova on the halfway line into his fellow wing back Zappacosta, out to the left hand side. 35.5 on the clock, still no goals. De Roon, and now Lookman back to De Roon, midway inside the Celtic half. Left hand side is Kolasinac into the penalty area. It comes away by Trusty, high up in the air. Adamida's back in a deep area, he can't keep a hold of it. De Roon plays it to the right hand side now for Jim City, who will come forward up towards the edge of the penalty area. Out to the right hand side now to Belanova, closed down by Alex Baye, forced back the way by the left back, and then Ederson plays it into Hien. Every Atalanta player well inside the Celtic half, barring the goalkeeper. Out to the left it goes to Zappacosta, again just drops the shoulder as if he's going to come in on the right. Gets the 1-2 with Kolasinac. Now it's Zappacosta, curls it in. There's the header again from Palasic. Again, he can't quite keep it down, and it drifts wide and high of the target, and it does remain after 36.5 minutes. Atalanta 0, Celtic 0, but those crosses from Zappacosta and the late runs from Palasic are causing Celtic an issue.
Yeah, they are, and Ederson's right beside them as well, and you know, it's Trusty or Scales that are having to defend these situations more often than not. And Celtic's midfield are outside the box when it's the Atalanta midfielders that are going to attack the cross. Can you stop the run? Can you get a block on before they actually make it? Or just match a run, because eventually they will get the reward for it.
Belanova up against Valle, just steps away from him, curls it in on the left foot. Good defensive header by Trusty. Out of the box it goes. De Roon tries to nod it down, gets the break of the ball there, and it's back with Hien. And out to Jim City, right hand side, midway inside the Celtic half. Belanova is further advanced, he plays it into the box. Scales attacks this one and gets it clear. Hatate can't reach it, but he's then gets a second bite at it and gets it to McGregor, who tries to find Engels in a dangerous area. Breaks for Zappacosta, who fires over the top. But it does feel like this pressure from Atalanta is mounting. There's only so long you feel that Celtic will be able to hold out against this increasing pressure, but they have done so in the opening almost 38 minutes, still goalless.
Yeah, I mean, they've had a lot of opportunities to put crosses into the box, and you know, sometimes it's been great quality, other times not amazing, but ones where Trusty and Scales can go and defend. but they can't continue to encourage this, because eventually they'll get the rewards, as I said, whether it's, you know, Scales and Trust to be in the right position, but the midfielder then makes a run and finds the space. They have to make sure either they're stopping the cross or stopping the runs and trying to limit these opportunities for Atalanta.
Zappacosta once more on the left hand side. He's got a 2-on-1 here against Johnston, and that allows him to find room to swing the cross to the back post. Belanova nods it down. McGregor away from more or less the penalty spot. Jim City trying to keep the pressure on here. Gets it back from Ederson. It is going back the way this time to Hien, just at the edge of the centre circle. He plays it to the left for De Roon, who's always available for a pass in the midfield. Now it's Zappacosta yet again, linking there with the Kolasinac, who plays a clever ball into Lukman. He just tries to step away from Trusty, but Celtic have got it out of the penalty area once more, but not too far. And it's Ederson on the left hand side. Plays it off a Celtic player, and it comes back to Zappacosta, who'll feed it in. Jim City's made a run, and it's a good save from Kasper Schmeichel. Didn't quite get the purchase he was looking for in the header, the big centre back, as he made a really good run. He just tried to glance it away to the far post, but Schmeichel had read it, and he gathers it, and it's still Atalanta 0, Celtic 0.
Yeah, and he's obviously playing right centre back. He's made that run towards the back post area, across the face, to go and get something on it, and Alex Bailly, just before he gets it into the box, just gives him a little nudge, which is enough to put him off. Having said that, it's almost outstanding from Jim City, the way that he heads it. He knows he's going in and got under it, and he's trying to just glance it with the back of his head. It's a tame effort in the end, but I don't mind the invention at all. But Alex Bailly getting a little touch on him to put him off, just enough.
Hatati's lost it, and Retegi's got the better of him. A little tug of the jersey there as Retegi sends it into the box. Again, it's a good defensive header from Trusty, who's been having a good game at the back so far. He and Scales having to stay on their toes to deal with Retegi and Lukman, as Adam Ida finds himself in the left back position and plays it back to Kasper Schmeichel. 5 minutes from the interval, no goals in Bergamo between Atalanta and Celtic, as the Scottish champions look to build. And there's a lovely little flick from Hatati to McGregor, who drives up to the halfway line and finds Bailly left hand side, back in field to McGregor, who'll be enjoying himself a whole lot more out there than he was a couple of weeks back in Dortmund around this time. McGregor has it inside the centre circle, looking for options, and one of them is Maida on the left hand side. He plays it into Bain and goes again, and is looking to get away from Pasalic on the left hand side. Fires in, it's a good ball, and Karnaseki gets enough on it, doesn't gather it in, but fortunately for him, it's an Atalanta player who was first to it. And the good play from Celtic is almost rewarded. Maida with the ball in was dangerous and caused a problem for Karnaseki. And Atalanta looking to build again down the left hand side. They will be keen to get the opening goal before the interval. They're certainly been the dominant side, but Celtic have had glimpses of their goal as well, as Zappacosta picks it up and goes back to Ederson, midway inside the Celtic half. Now it's Kolasinac, back to Ederson, but 35 yards from goal. Left hand side is Zappacosta up against Johnston, looking to get it onto the right foot. Johnston's trying to show him onto his left. Back the way it goes to Kolasinac, midway inside the Celtic half. Now Ederson out to Zappacosta once more, and back to Kolasinac against the patient build up, going back the way to change the angle, and now out to the right hand side for Jim City. Shows Belanova where he wants him to go. He does make the run, the going back, and then just knocks it out of play under good pressure from Bailly. The Italian felt he was being fouled, but the assistant referee had a good view of it and said no, it's a throw into Celtic. And so with just 3 minutes left of the opening period, it's still goalless.
Good aggressive defending from Bailly there, but it's not a foul. It was tight, stopping Belanova from turning. And just before that, the play from Celtic from the start, Hatati with a little flick into McGregor, driving forward, and it's almost a wonderful cross from Maida. He did made that run, goalkeeper comes out, gets something on it. But that's the difficulty then when you're playing not on the break, but you're not committing as many bodies forward. It has to then be perfect. It has to fall at the feet of Adam Ida, because the supporting run isn't coming to go and pick up.
Trusty doing really well against Lukman there. Johnston has knocked it behind for a corner. He was trying to get it back to Trusty, but his angle's wrong, and it will be an Atalanta corner over on the far side, which is the Atalanta left as they attack, and it will be Lukman to take it from the left hand side as the Italians begin to pour bodies into the Celtic box, looking for a breakthrough. before the half-time whistle sounds. A run there made by Jim City as Lookman curls it in, and it's headed away by Johnston, who'd conceded the corner. Making amends as Hatate though can't win it ahead of Lookman, who picks up left-hand side. Comes it back to Kolasinac, who then feeds it into the area. As Scales, who gets a glancing header on it.